From Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW, in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Good morning from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. My name is Walt Zwerko that is, and we're here with you for the next couple of hours with some live action from the world's second busiest airport. Thanks for coming in today and hanging out with us on Runway DFW. It is Friday, June 10th, 2022, just after 6 a.m. It is, according to our official thermometer, 79 degrees Fahrenheit and muggy. It's 79 degrees before the sun comes up, so you can only imagine what it's going to be today. I think the forecast high is going to be up around 100 or so. So we're in for it today, and we're glad you are with us. Well, things didn't turn out exactly as I had hoped this morning because, well, the wind is now still. Okay, when I got here, the forecast was that the wind was coming out of the south, which is great for us because that means the planes would be taking off from right there and they would be landing from right over there. So, but when I got here this morning, the planes were coming in from the south and taking off from the south. And I was wondering why that was, because the winds were coming from the north. Well, now, let us take a look at the official DFW Founders Plaza flag array here. And you can see that it's almost dead calm here. There's no movement whatsoever. They were blowing from the north just a short time ago as I was setting up, but now they're perfectly still. So perhaps we will be lucky enough to see a shift in the airplanes coming in and out in our favor. Things were pretty empty over here at the UPS cargo facility when we got here. As we arrived, we had a couple of MD-11 cargoes come in. One of which I think is this one right here. I'll zoom in a little bit on that. There's nothing happening right now. The other thing is it's totally overcast, and that means it's a little darker than it normally is here pre-dawn, which has a negative impact on our camera, which doesn't like to work if it's a little too dark. So we're working through a few things here, but welcome in to our broadcast. I see we've got a number of people with us hanging on here. We've got Raina Taylor, who has been competing in the Special Olympics down in Orlando. I think she's still there, but good morning to you, Raina. Hope things are going well for you. Hope your competition went well. MR Rice is saying, looks like a massive storm system is moving into the DFW area. Good reason that we're here early today. So I hope we can avoid that. If we have to pack things up in a hurry, you'll know why. Austin Swafford, hello to you. He says Korean air cargo is still there because I was out there. Okay, so Bill Caldum saying hello from Arkansas. And let's see, who else is here with us today? Well, Austin is saying he was here at 4:30 a.m. I was out here at 5 a.m. It takes me that long to set up. Yehuda Trapunski is here. Good morning, everyone. And hello to you, Yehuda. Rich Morgan checking in from PHL, Philadelphia. Hello, Rich. If you're new here, welcome. We have a little unexpected competition this morning. I didn't know that our pals out at out in LA at Airline Videos Live were going 24 hours today, so got some competition. They put on a great show. They're broadcasting from the H Hotel, which provides a commanding view of LAX. So hopefully you can watch us. Maybe you've got two screens. Everybody's got two screens these days, right? Watch one on a phone, one on an iPad, one on your TV set. It's all good. And I'm kind of vamping here. Do I need my vamping music back? Vamping music is what they would play. I guess it got started maybe in vaudeville when they were waiting for an act to set up, and so the band would just have to kind of keep going and keep going and keep going until the act was ready behind the curtain. So that's what we're doing here. We're hanging on, waiting until something happens. I see a Delta flight on the radar. You can't see it where you are. Headed over here to the west side to runway 18 right, I believe is where they take off down there. And maybe we'll pick it up as it goes in the air. Let's see what we can see, shall we? Usually not this quiet at this time of day. So way down yonder, about 2 miles away from where we are, is currently where the planes are taking off from. Again, I'm hoping that they'll shift things around, because I do feel the wind coming in from the south, which is where it had been forecast to be. All right, well, I'll kill the music. How about a traffic report? I don't know what to tell you. This is very unusual for our, we're used to coming here at this time of day, just before dawn. I see Austin Swafford is sending us a message here. Hey Walt, I went back to the cargo hangar. Cargo Lux and Korean Air Cargo are both back in the hangar. So maybe, if we're lucky, before I have to blast off at 9 o'clock Central Time, which is a little less than 3 hours away, maybe we'll get to see some heavy cargo action. Hope so. Thank you for the heads up, Austin. Yehuda's saying I won't be able to stay for that long. Got to go to school soon. Well, hey, we're not going to keep you from going to school, but we're glad you're here with us before school. We've got, who else is here with us today? Somil Bahandri. Good morning, Walt. Good morning to you, Somil. You've got Craig Smith. Hang out. I know that you guys got pummeled a couple years back by a hurricane, or maybe it was even more than one hurricanes. I hope things are getting rebuilt to your satisfaction, and we're glad to have you on board with us this morning. And Bill called him in southwest Arkansas. I always forget which quadrant of the state he's in, southwest, but he says it's rainy down yonder. So just to give you for those of you who are new to our little shindig here, DFW Airport is a massive complex, as most of the larger international airports are. This is officially the second busiest airport in the world. And I think we've got a Delta flight. There's a Delta flight coming out. This one's off to Los Angeles. It's an A320, and here's why we wish they were taking off from this side, because that's pretty far away where they're taking off. That's off to Los Angeles. We've got the morning flight from Honolulu coming in. American Airlines flight 115. That'll be a Dreamliner. It's now kind of circling around to the west of us now. Then it'll make a U-turn and come on in from the south. Still hoping, beyond hope, that we will get to see the wind shift. Yeah, the wind is shifting. It's definitely blowing from the south now. So I predict that the flight controllers will shift operations over here to the north side. We hope anyway. We've got Sun Country rolling down the runway there on 36 right. This is going to Cancun. It's a 737-800. Tell if that's some special livery or not. Looked a little tricked up there towards the front of the plane. So anyway, to orient you, I am pointing now our camera to the north, which is where that plane took off from. We are overlooking runways currently operating as 36 right and 36 left. They run north and south parallel to one another. There are a total of 7 runways here at DFW Airport, and we really only get to see the operations on these 2 because of where we are at DFW Founders Plaza. We've got Uncle Car Guy saying howdy to Runway DFW. Hello back to you, Uncle Car Guy.
Wind 1003. RNAV 2 135 left. Wait for takeoff.
John wants to know, could I become moderator? Help the channel grow, help the chat, keep the chat clean, keep up your good work. Remember the older streams when you just started your channel? I remember that. That was back in, I think, late October, early November when we started. And John, why don't you shoot me a message at runwaydfw@gmail.com and we can discuss your kind offer. Thank you, John. That's runwaydfw@gmail.com. That's our address if you have to send us anything. And did we show this? Korean Air Cargo 256 taking off at 7:57. That's from Austin Swafford. Thank you, Austin. Well, we'll be here for that, unless circumstances intervene, like crazy weather or something. Can't tell what's going on there. I think that's just a vehicle, not a plane. This is where the, beyond that American Airlines tail there on the right, that's where the cargo planes come out if they're not UPS planes. So we'll be keeping our eyes on that. Right now there's no activity down at the south end as far as takeoffs go. We do have American Airlines 962. That's a 787-9 Dreamliner coming in from Sao Paulo, Brazil. That's about a minute away. I'm trying to see where it's should be coming in on this side. It looks like it will be. And so we'll keep our camera peeled on that sector. And now we're looking pretty much due south from here. Dwayne C. helping us with our forecasting here. He says rain is in Oklahoma, moving to the east. Fox 4, which is a local TV channel here in Dallas-Fort Worth, says it's not headed this way, and the wind is supposed to be coming from the south, and indeed the wind is coming from the south right now. And now I believe I see the flight from Sao Paulo coming in, if I'm not mistaken. And because of our light levels right now, our little camera doesn't seem to want to focus on that. So you can see two planes there in the flight line. The one behind it should be the one to the right. That dot on the right there in the upper part of your screen, that should be the American Airlines Dreamliner coming in from Honolulu, and the one in the foreground to the left is the American Airlines Dreamliner coming from Sao Paulo after a pretty long flight. So we'll do the best we can to show you their arrivals. It should be just about sunrise right now, although there's no evidence of that in the sky because of the overcast nature of the skies right now.
Clear to land, 36 right, American 115 Heavy.
There goes what looks like an Embraer 145 over to the hangar area here on the west side, the American Airlines hangar. That's, of course, an American Eagle plane. So here is the flight from Sao Paulo. For your consideration on Runway DFW. What happened to our clock today? And I haven't when I was setting up, and when I turned on our stream it had disappeared. So I apologize for those of you who rely on Flip Clock 79 technology. I may try to jigger with it here in a second or two. So there's the flight from Sao Paulo headed over to International Terminal D. It's almost there. It doesn't. It landed on the right side of the correct side of the airport to get to the terminal quickly. There you see a Japan Airlines Dreamliner or a 777. I can't remember which that is, but we may see that later this morning. There's usually a JAL flight going out and coming in while we're here during these hours. Here is Aloha to American Airlines flight 115, sorry. Now the wind is definitely picked up from the south, so will we see a shift in where the planes are taking off and landing? I've only seen it once. I'm sure, it happens all the time. The prevailing wind here at DFW most of the year is from the south, which means the planes land and take off right in front of us here at DFW Founders Plaza.
Turn off 0.85 American 115 Heavy.
Now we have an airport operations vehicle here up on the north side. What's he doing there? Looks like he's inspecting some of the lighting. Or taking measurements, maybe? Can't tell. Well, it looks like from the south side on runway 36 right, we've got a United plane, United 557, an A320, which is going to be rolling north towards Denver. And there it is. And again, that's about 2 miles away from where we are, which is why it's a little fuzzy and
Logo 8 Alpha Lima. Nine 0320 fuel 17 across, empty in the center, temperature 70. Copy that, 124, will do. Ops local 558.
good morning to you, Hugo DeCara. Glad to have you aboard with us this morning. And John H. checks in from across the pond. Hello, John.
100 in the left, 0 in the center, 4,500 in the right.
And we say farewell to Yehuda Chapunsky, who's got to go to school.
At 0218.
And there's Raina Taylor again, checking in. Hello, everyone. And Walt, hello to you. Let us know how you did with your competition at the Special Olympics. We were all rooting for you. And Gary, good morning to you, Gary. Thanks for being here with us on Runway DFW on this early Friday. You see the clouds in the sky there.
Runway 3592, visual 36, right, park east.
That is the general direction from which we should be seeing the sunrise, but the clouds are intervening.
Clear land, runway 3592.
The American Airlines flight from Maui is on its way. It's about 10 minutes away. And it's circling to the south, so there's still operations are still emanating on the south side of the airport. That'll be a 787-9 Dreamliner. That's flight 6 from Maui. So we'll see that in about 10 minutes here. The wind is definitely picking up from the south. I'm going to say for at least 5 or 6 or 7 miles an hour. That's not a very interesting shot of the sky there. We do have more runway operations vehicles here. Airport security is what that one says. We have an arrival now coming in from Lawton, Oklahoma, which is probably about a, I don't know, 30-minute ride or so. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, 27 minutes. Lawton is in Oklahoma. It's to the north of Dallas-Fort Worth. This is going to be an Embraer 145. So it's going to be even more difficult to see because that's a smaller plane. And hey, Raina, doing great at the USA Games. The Special Olympics USA Games got a silver and a bronze medal. That is terrific. Congratulations from all of us. That's a pretty big deal. The USA Games happen only once every 4 years. So these planes are now landing with the wind at their backs, which, you know, of course airplanes are designed to do, but optimally they like to land into the wind. And I'm no pilot, but I'm just going by observation and reading and things like that. And I'm seeing on our return feed our picture's starting to wobble a little bit. And that's not good. So bear with us. We run into this here at DFW Airport. We've kind of dumbed down our stream as best we can in terms of
3760 on the visual, 36 right.
Send out too much picture information at the same time.
Land 36 right, runway 3760.
Sometimes it catches up with us. It was doing well when we started. Looks like we've got an American jet which has got its lights on. Looks like it's getting ready to pull out of the hangar area here on the west side. And right now, nothing is happening. I think we've got to look up in the sky here. Can we see it? There it is. I think that's a Southwest plane. We don't normally see Southwest planes here at DFW, but that is one flying over DFW. Southwest does not land at DFW Airport, even though its headquarters are just a few miles away in Dallas. It operates out of Dallas Love Field. That may be a first here on Runway DFW, seeing a Southwest jet. That one's going to Houston. That was flight 1628, just for your information. We do have a plane coming in. It's an American Eagle flight 3760 coming in from Killeen, Texas. It left Killeen just about 25 minutes ago. It's that dot there. It's an Embraer 175, a 5-year-old aircraft. As an American jetliner moves out of the hangar area. Of course, that's a 787 Dreamliner making its way to the terminal area. And what happened to our flight from Killeen? Oh, there it is. I was pointing in the wrong direction. The wind is really picking up from the south. I would imagine that they're going to shift operations pretty soon if this is going to be the way things are. So there's the touchdown from Killeen. If you're new to Runway DFW and to DFW Airport, you're asking yourself, why are there so many American Airlines planes there? Well, American is the world's biggest airline by some measures. I guess there could be others that say differently, but American likes to say it's the biggest. And American's headquarters are here, and American operates exclusively out of 3 of the 5 terminals here at DFW. So it's got a gigantic presence here, and yes, you're going to see a lot of American Airlines aircraft like that.
We'll give way to 1, envoy 3760.
It's like doing a little drag race there. And you may even be able to hear the wind now picking up from the south. The flags are definitely stiffening in the breeze. Let's shift our focus over here to the official flags of DFW Founders Plaza, and you can see the south is towards the left of us, so the wind is definitely coming in from the south. We have our good pal Luke Moulds coming in to us. Good evening, Walt. Watching Love from New Zealand at 11:30 p.m. Friday night. Always good to have you on board. Dean Day says he's headed to Houston. From here? So that's the weather situation. It's up to 80 degrees here at whatever time it is here, 6:34. So we've been on the air for about 30 minutes, and yeah, I think our signal is a little busted here. Let me check the focus in here for a second and check our speeds.
American 1579, so long.
See if there's something I might have to do.
Sending you out there very closely about that.
I did that intentionally. Alright, where's our speedometer here?
1,300.
We are not getting very good speeds here right now. So when I give you a still picture, it should look okay. But when I move the camera sometimes, that is problematic. So now I'm checking out an alternate connection to see if that would improve things any. So stand by. I appreciate your patience here at Runway DFW. We run into this every now and again. And yeah, the speeds have dropped. I'm checking my other speedometer on another separate connection, and it too is pretty poor. So we're just going to have to kind of bear with it and hope that you guys can make things out. My internet provider oh, I see what's happening here. That's doing that. Sorry, I'm doing some testing here. Oh, our picture's a little blown up there. Okay, let me see what I can do about that. Doing a little troubleshooting here, folks. Alright, I'm going to give you a little less zoomed in shot there, and I'll have to do the troubleshooting later on. Alright, is anything happening here at the airport? Let me check. Let me check my Oracle here, and no, not a lot is happening right now. I'm not seeing any aircraft in the vicinity. On the other side of the airport, there's a FedEx MD-11, which has lit up the radar. Don't know where it's off to. Actually, now there's two FedEx MD-11s on the radar. One is going to be headed to Memphis. Typically, those take off on the other side of the airport. We may be able to catch them going up in the sky. So let's see what we got over here at our cargo. So we've got 3 MD-11s, and we're not in a very good position to see them all. Getting photo bombed by a Tesla there, but there's 2 of them right there. You can see their tails. And then the one we can see the best is over here, and typically at least one of these goes out to Louisville in these morning hours. So maybe we'll get lucky enough to see one at least taxi away. It looks like even though the wind is from the south, we're still getting at least one incoming plane from Abilene, which is on final approach. It'll be an American Eagle Flight 3647 from Abilene, an M. I should apologize to anyone who was mystified when we weren't on the air Wednesday morning. I had put up an alert that we were going to be broadcasting on Wednesday morning. I got up Wednesday morning and I was not feeling very well. So I had to cancel that broadcast. So I apologize for anyone who was misled. I definitely try not to do that. So here's the flight from Abilene. This is pretty, you know, you wouldn't think this is the world's second busiest airport right now.
Echo Quebec, crossway 35 left and hold short 35 center.
But there you go.
DFW Tower, flight check 72, inbound on the ILS 35 right, level run, 2,000 feet.
Then roger, let's go. So sorry, set on you, did you check in?
Yes, sir, checking in just for Carroll, inbound at level at 2,000 feet first run, and next ones will be low approaches as we come in.
Flight check 72, roger, cleared, low approach, runway 35 right, and can you make the turnout prior at the midfill or prior?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, flight check 72, roger, on the go, make a turn directly southbound, and maintain VFR, so like a 180 heading.
Yes, sir, flight check 72, welcome.
Spirit wings 1022, tie up.
Nice, sir, we're up on
2 cross runway 35 left at Echo Quebec, full short 35 center.
5 left at Quebec, over 5 center.
One right, 417.
Just a reminder that we really appreciate your likes on our stream. Helps us to grow, helps us to find other like-minded individuals like you who enjoy seeing planes taking off and landing. And a subscription would be much appreciated as well.
Check 72, starting our right turn to 180.
Subscriptions to Runway DFW are free of charge. It just helps keep you in the loop.
Next ones will be low approaches. We're going to go out about 6.5 mile final and low approaches into the threshold.
From Fox speaking. You said about 6 mile final, then come back in for low approach to 35 right?
Yes, sir.
5672, roger. And how many do you guys get to do?
Could be up to an hour. Depends on what goes.
I'm listening to that air traffic. I'm not exactly sure what they're saying. They're talking about 35 right, which is on the east side of the airport. That's a runway.
Link 1022, RNAV to Metal, runway 35 center, clear for takeoff. Make that a right turn to 010 up to 10,000, runway 35 center, clear for takeoff. Bridge 1022, turn my sense on it's going to be a right turn to 010 and up to 10, 10,000, 35 center, clear for takeoff.
One, up to 10,000,
It looks like whatever's happening right now is happening over on the east side. There's nothing going on where we are. We got this American Eagle jet headed across the bridge over to the east side. I think this is the Abilene flight. It's probably headed over to Terminal A. We saw that landing a few minutes ago, and yeah, sometimes when you land here at such a big airport, there's quite a bit of taxiing involved till you get to your gate.
Flight check 72, turn to right base.
Flight check 72, roger, runway 35 right, clear for the option, and can you still do the turn out midfield, or you need to go farther out?
No, midfield's fine, and we'll plan our right turn out. Flight check 72.
Flight check 72, roger, at midfield, right turn directly southbound again, VFR.
Flight check 72.
Train 22, contact departure, have a good flight.
Departure for Wing 1022.
As is evident, that is a Spirit Airlines jet on its way to Orlando, an A321, which has disappeared into the murkiness of defocusing. There is another look at the there's a big flag way over there. You can tell by the size of that radar tower that it's a pretty large banner, and it's blowing towards the north, which is to the left of your screen. And I'm still waiting for them to flip around here so we can see the planes landing right in front of us, but so far that has not happened. Here's an update from Raina Taylor, who is our Special Olympics equestrian, and she is going for the gold medal today. She has one more class to do, barrel racing. If you've ever seen barrel racing, that is pretty intense. So good luck to you, Raina. We're all cheering you on from here. And Shane Bloser is saying good morning from Orlando. Well, he's right where Raina is, where the Special Olympics USA competition is being held. Good morning from Orlando. Love watching the live feed of DFW. So happy to have you with us, Shane. We've got Tony McCall. Hi, Walt. How are you today? Watching from Scotland. Happy to have you with us, Tony. Where it's, midday right now. Having some lunch. What a nice community we have here at Runway DFW. I've got a little bit of action for you here.
Land 31 right, southwest 1650.
This is a tiny cargo plane. It's a Martin Air.
Visual 35 center.
American 27, DFW Good morning, 35 center, clear to land.
Land 35 center, American 27.
This is a Cessna 208B Grand Caravan on its way to a regional destination. It operates out of the UPS hub here. Yeah, we normally see a few of these
Flight check 72 on the go. Roger.
blasting off around this time of day. Because Texas is a big state, and these big old MD-11s and A300s and 757s and 767s don't fly to all these little airstrips. So we've got Martin Air, and there's another, I'm trying to remember what the name of the other cargo operator, the small cargo operator is here. It's a very nice southerly breeze right now. It's still 80 degrees, but it feels kind of pleasant right now.
25, 63, 75 for 365. That's 365, American 25. Skies 3071 jobs. Skies 3071, DFW 35 center, clear to land. 35 center, Skies 3071.
Peter B is here. Good day, Runway DFW and everyone. Greetings from Australia. So, we are happy to have you with us here. So we've got Australia and New Zealand checking in.
2770, exit the high speed and Echo Juliet, cross 35 left, ground 65 near side. Have
We've got American Airlines flight 2563 coming in from Austin. This will be a 737-800. And it's that dot way down there in the sky. And once again, I do anticipate that based upon the winds right now, that they'll be shifting the flights.
Tower Southwest 152, Arnaz Zoo, 31 right, good morning.
They're now coming in from the south. They should be shifting them in from the north. It's a quite a stiff breeze right now.
0 right, clear to land, Southwest 152.
I'm just hoping it doesn't start raining.
Probably at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, turn on traffic. Runway 4063, visual 35 center. 63 DFW 35 center, click land. 5 center, runway 4063. Now we'll just give you a call.
Almost getting to the point now where I might have to batten down the hatches. We've got another flight coming in from, I want to say Del Rio, Texas. This will be a CRJ 701ER, American Eagle Flight 3184. There's still kind of a dot in the sky over there. Now I'm worried about whether my computer screen is gonna catch the wind here. Still, I don't see any flight operations are gonna shift around.
Visual 35 center. 348 DFW, 35 center, clear to land. Clear to land, 35 center, problem with 3848. 472 Heavy DFW HR at Papa, you can cross 31 right, continue down to Echo Romeo, hold short 35 center.
Our lens is trained to the south. I don't know if you can see them. There are two flights coming in. The first is from Del Rio, and the one behind it is from Oklahoma City. And then there's a third one, which is on the same flight path, coming in from Waco in Texas.
6030 Echo Kilo, cross 35 left, ground 65 near side, have a good day.
This one's kind of sneaking in on us here. That's the touchdown of the CRJ 701ER from Del Rio after a 51-minute flight.
American 426 over Jobs, visual 35 center. 26 DFW 35 center, clear to land.
This is the flight from Oklahoma City. It's an A321. American Airlines flight 2272.
Way 3840 at Echo Kilo, cross 35 left, ground 65 near side, have a good day.
On the go.
All right.
All right, cross 36 right at Whiskey Juliet, then 837 324. Cross 36 right, still waiting.
Something we don't see very often here on the west side. It's a JetBlue plane.
American 1108 over
Their
Jobs.
destinations are mostly to the east of us. That one's off to JFK in New York.
Flight 3571 visual 36 left.
And again, usually that would take off from the east side of the airport, so I don't know what's going on.
6 left,
I just take the pictures. We've got 3 planes lined up here coming in from the south on 36 left.
X1226, XFP high speed, Echo Juliet, cross 35 left, ground 65 near side, have a good day.
Echo Juliet, cross left side and ground 0.65 on the other side, American 1226.
And once again, those planes are landing about 2 miles from where we are, and that's not a very big plane, so a little bit hard for us to pick up. That was coming in from Waco after a 26-minute grueling flight. And here comes American Eagle Flight 3571 from Wichita Falls, which is all of a grueling 25-minute flight.
American 2862, visual 36 left.
Like you barely get your seatbelt on and you're landing.
Last 36 left, American 2862. American 1128, next to high speed, Echo Julia, cross 35 left, ground 65 near side, have a good day. Echo Julia, cross 35 left, ground 65 left, your way.
And it's time for station identification here on the Runway DFW streaming network.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
That's us. That is us. It's just after 7 o'clock, 7:02 here in North Texas, Central Time. My name is Walt, and we are here to bring you airport activity on Runway DFW on this Friday, the 10th of June. This is a Cessna 208B Cargo Master. This plane is 25 years old, so it's a 20th century aircraft. And I don't know, do we have a... We don't have a destination on that one. But the Super Cargo Master is on the way to somewhere.
Tower 3706 is visual 320.
And despite the dramatic shift in winds from, well, not dramatic really, but the wind was coming in from the north when we got here, a little after 5 a.m. It then kind of went still, and now it shifted to a pretty steady breeze from the south at, I'm going to say 10 to 15 miles an hour. Yeah, it's our old pal Waters from across the pond. Hello, Waters. Glad to have you with us on this breezy Friday morning.
435, 34, extra high speed, Kilo cross 35 left, ground 65 near side, have a good day.
Arne Bandas, hello from India. Just took a break from the AVL 24-hour stream to pay you a visit. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I really didn't, when I planned this stream, I didn't know we were going to be up against the heavyweights there out at Airline Videos Live. Kevin and Rudy doing a 24-hour show. I caught a little bit of it last night before I
Numbers is as follows. No
went to bed.
fuel load 3,500 left.
That's going to be quite an achievement, a 24-hour broadcast. We're just on for 3 hours, so if you can give us a moment or two of your time, we appreciate that. It helps us grow, and we certainly are wishing Kevin and Rudy all the best with their marathon.
472 heavy, turn right heading 010, maintain 10,000, right 35 left, clear takeoff.
Because when you do this, when you broadcast live from an airport, you know what goes into it. You know the difficulties you can encounter and the problems that can be had, and in a live broadcast, of course,
87 just outside jobs.
anything can happen.
35 center, American 2787.
Envoy 002, got the transport, heavy left side.
72 on a go.
Clear 412 Bravo, that's the next high speed, then Mike to Zulu, hold
Now, there's another Super Cargo Master Martinair. Don't know where it is headed to. What we got over here? This plane just came in from Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's American Eagle Flight 3706, an Embraer 145. Stillwater also not very far away. That's about 42 minutes in the air.
Turn right, 010, maintain 10,000, right 35 left, go takeoff.
Got another American Eagle flight coming in from Laredo, American Eagle 3138 via CRJ 700. That'll be followed by American Eagle Flight 4097 and Embraer 145 coming in from Texarkana. Both of those locations.
2787, just for heads up, at about 1,100 feet here to 20 knot tailwind.
Roger.
Here goes another Sun Country. Just caught it as it was lifting off there. That's also off to Cancun. That's the second Sun Country Cancun-bound flight of the morning that we've seen.
Turn right heading 010, maintain 10,000, right 35 left, good takeoff. Turn heading, maintain 10,000, good takeoff, 35 left, and there's 40, 53, got a departure, have a good flight.
There you see the sky conditions here.
2787. Right out to about 9 to 10.
Tony McCall says, it always feels like I'm about to watch an 80s cop show when your music comes on. And we pride ourselves on I think most of our music actually is from the 60s and 70s, actually. We've got a lot of library music, which we don't have to worry about getting a copyright hit on. So here comes the flight from Texarkana, which I said is in Texas. I think the airport is in Texas, although Texarkana, as the name would imply. Is, where'd it go? What is that? Oh, we have a special livery there. That is going to be American Airlines Flight 1790 headed to Los Angeles, appropriately enough, bearing the AirCal Heritage livery.
745 DFW 35 minute photo land cost west.
So if that doesn't look like an American Airlines plane to you,
Plus 20 knots reported by a, what is it, a 73 at 1,100 feet just a few minutes ago, and then also that same aircraft reported plus or minus, pressure plus 9 or 10 knots on touchdown.
if it doesn't look like an American Airlines plane to you, it's because it's painted in special livery, which American has a series of aircraft bearing special livery, and this is just one of them.
FedEx 1453, right turn there at the high speed, and then taxi, right turn at Zulu to Papa, hold show country crossing to our right depart.
It's a 737-800, a 9-year-old aircraft.
3161, turn right, 6010, maintain 10.
Headed to LAX, so I guess if
Turn 010.
Kevin and Rudy are still on the air in a few hours, you'll see this one coming in.
2360 DFW tower, 35 left, on a plate, travel control. Papa 1, American 2386. About 3 minutes ago, and then pressure plus 9 or 10 knots on touchdown by the same aircraft. 2605, copy. Airshow 5745, exit the next high speed for me please, no delay, and then Echo Juliet, hold short 35 left.
We're turning left, hold short at Juliet, 435 left, air settle 5725.
There goes a Spirit Airlines flight 3161. That one's taken off from the east side of DFW on its way to Miami. And here's a United flight. This one's going to Houston, Houston Intercontinental.
We've got 46 in the left, 4920 in the right, total 9680. We have no security. Temperature will be around 75, and we're verifying the Charlie 37.
Center wind 16008.
Let's go 3062.
We've got a couple planes lining up there on runway 36 right, I should say, for takeoff. One will be Alaska Airlines flight 287 for Seattle, and the other will be Delta Airlines 1662 for Minneapolis-St. Paul. There's the Delta plane, and there's the Alaska jetliner, 737 990 ER.
Tower, American 817, Bobbin for 361.
Just 3 years old.
Tag morning, King 350, Romeo uniform with you. Downwind for 168, go departure, good day.
Oh no, that's not it.
Short,
there it goes.
Right, SkyWest, 3297. We're on the east side, go 3297. At Tower American 817 for 36 left. Land 36 left, American 817. Tower American 2789, stop it down 5 seconds. 6658 will be about 3 minutes now from that departure for the wake turbulence. 2340, Echo Juliet, hold short 35 left. Short 35 left, 29 DFW tower, 35 clear land, use caution, plus 18 to 20 knots reported down to the runway by 73 about 8 go, and then on touchdown plus 9 or 10 knots.
We also had 20 knots tailwind in here.
American 2352, just passing Bobbin for 36 left, parking on the east side this morning. Ground speed 5 on top, have a good day.
Cross 35 left, via Zulu, yourself at 745.
1416, kind of departure, have a good flight. 36 left, American 2342. Plan for that. Tower, hello, American 2677, 3D coming up on Johnson now. American 2677, DFW 35, center clear land, use caution, plus 18 to 20 knots reported on final from about 1,100 feet down to 800 feet. About 5, actually pretty much recently, and then plus 9 or 10 knots reported on touchdown. Across the just right on the ground, cap 36. 5.
So I just had a question from a fellow plane spotter here, which is why my mic went silent for a little while. He was wondering, why are the planes taking off from the south? Because the wind is coming in from the south. Why is that happening? And I told him, I don't know. This is American Airlines Flight 2342 coming in from San Antonio, Texas.
And use caution plus 18 to 20 knots reported on final, pretty much for the last 10-15 minutes, and on touchdown plus 9 or 10 knots.
We got a 20 knot tailwind right now. Thanks. Clear to land 35 Center, American 1970.
1895 visual 36 left. Here's the Echo Papa, hold short of 35 left.
Copy local 509, Zulu, holding short of 36 left.
6 weeks, just a second. East side, Whiskey Kilo cross 36 right.
Coming in from Amarillo, Texas.
65 on top of the bridge, just be advised.
Way out west, that's American Eagle Flight 4046 in Embraer 175. Landing into the wind, or no, landing with the wind behind it, I should say.
Number 135 left, American 856.
Flight check 35 right, cleared for low approach again, right turn out midfield, southbound via bar. American 2697, Echo Kilo, hold short 35 left.
Our next incoming flight is
509, Zulu cross 36 left, Charlie to the ramp.
1595 American Airlines from Austin, being A321. As we patiently await any
Alright, that Whiskey Juliet cross 18 right, 36 right, 0.85 on board 4046.
any shift in where the planes are taking off and landing from.
Tower Skywest 3106, visual 36 left.
Let's make the right turn to 030.
Raina, thank you for hanging out with us for a little while before your competition today.
Right turn out, turn right heading 010.
And we hope to hear an update from you after your competition. Thank you for hanging out with us, and good luck to you at the Special Olympics USA Games in Orlando. Barrel racing today, she says. Have you ever seen barrel racing?
DFW, expect high speed to Echo Juliet, hold short 35 left.
You and your horse have to be quite athletic to be able to do that kind of maneuvering. Got a lot of planes in action over here.
3106 with you.
There's a takeoff from the east side. I'll fill you in on it in a second when I can glance over at the radar.
Clear cross 36 right, join the 80 out American 1595, good morning.
That looks to be American Airlines Flight 856 to Philadelphia.
American 856, time to point,
NA 321.
Runway 56 on.
Taking off from the east side.
United for drive 35 minute quick land, use caution for us at 18 to 20 knots report on final from about 10 to 15 minutes ago to the last one landed, and a plus 9 or 10 knots report on touchdown, and once again 35 minute quick land. Good land, thanks for the caution.
I hear the sound of an MD-11. Kind of hard to pick out, but it's behind those trees there. You can see it. See the cockpit anyway. It has backed out of its space. It's not on the radar yet, but we should be able to see it pull out here in a second or two. So hang on for that, Tri-Jet fans. We've got an ambulance over here somewhere. Which looks like it's headed over to the terminal area. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. The American Airlines Astrojet livery. That's pretty special. I've seen that once or twice.
Okay, we'll monitor ground 85.
That is a handsome bird. A little lightning bolt on it.
Line 3 on right, south 3106.
That's the second American Airlines Heritage livery we've seen this morning. First was an Air Cow on its way to appropriately enough Los Angeles, and this one looks like it's headed over to the terminal area or to the hangar area for maintenance.
High speed Echo Juliet, hold short 35 left. The high speed Echo Juliet, short of 35 left, American limited time. Delta 2103, DFW Tower, South southbound building right 35 left, final point.
Bread and butter, the old and new.
Sorry, 26 right, traffic position, Echo Kilo, cross 35 left, ground 65, here, Saturday. Clear to cross at 35 left, and then ground mark. Clear cross 36 right, so 20,000.
That is a Boeing 737-823. It's a 9-year-old airplane, so don't let its livery deceive you. But it's just one of a series of planes that American has decked out in what they call heritage livery. I think there's at least a couple of American Airlines. There's one with the big AA on the tail. which I think was the livery prior to the current one.
Clear land, 11, 2540.
And we're still waiting on the departure of a UPS MD-11, which should be on its way to Louisville, typically. We're just following this bird to its berth.
2103, turn right, heading 010, maintain 10.
And that's the last we'll see of that, at least for today, probably.
103, turn right, heading 010, maintain 10, 10,000, right 35 left, good takeoff. Up 2103, can't take off clearance, just remain in position. 4 traffic on the runway is holding, cross right 35, that's at Exito, ground 65 on the other side, have a good day. American 1098 on the visual, 6 left.
I'm still looking to see if there's any indication that we're going to get a shift in flight operations, but I don't see it yet. The MD-11 is on the move. It is UPS flight 2751 on its way to Louisville.
Passenger top of the jetway, non-emergency. They fell in Tampa. Now their arm is swollen and it's pointing that I heard.
You can hear the whine of those 3 engines. This is going to be a 30-year-old MD-11, dating back to 1991 in December.
2768 with you on the visual, 36 left. Clear land, 36 left, American 2768.
Cross 36 right, 0.85 on the other side, American 4540. Yeah, we're on this side, ground as well. 3 got a marker of the flight.
Delta 21 on the second.
Right, straight from the south, contact departure, Jazz 998.
Go to the 237, runway 35, center clear to land, wind 170 at 7, 1768 marking. Go 3026, cross runway 35 left, contact ground point 65.
So this big bird is on its way to the south end of runway 36 right for takeoff to Louisville, unless it goes over to the other side of the airport, which it could. There you see behind it what looks to be American Airlines flight 2768 coming in from McAllen, Texas. And there it is, in the obscured by the exhaust of the MD-11. You know, I was looking at some video last night. It was actually originally film from Dallas Love Field.
Tower, good morning, Airshell 5772, visual 36 left.
And it was back from, I think, 1962 or so, when Delta was inaugurating jet service to LAX using a DC-8, which of course was the Douglas aircraft, not version, but it's 4-engine narrow-body passenger jet of that era. And to see the plane take off, it had this tremendous, the smoke that was pouring out of those 4 engines was just incredible. I mean, I don't remember that being the case, but you know, obviously it was. And the engine technology has come quite a way since the early 60s. And yes, even though airplane engines still do create pollution, boy, it was nothing like that. Holy moly. We are seeing Korean Air cargo flight 256 now lighting up the radar. It's going to be our first Queen of the Skies of today, maybe the only one, I don't know. We should be seeing it emerging shortly. It's a 9-year-old 747-8 HTF. And it'll be coming just over here from the right, kind of behind that American Airlines tail is where it will be emerging from. So hooray for us, we'll get to see a good old 747, Queen of the Skies.
Yes, sir, unless the winds die down. Melon, sir, 526.
We've got over here.
American 5.25, Echo Kilo, cross runway 35 left, and contact ground 0.65.
Cross 36 right and contact ground up 0.85, airshow 5877.
There's a United flight off to Chicago O'Hare.
Runway 35 left, Delta 1169.
Cross runway 35 left, contact ground 185 on top of the bridge at 73, all to your right, we'll give way to you. 286 with your visual, 36 left, we're parking west.
And we have CBI officer checking in from India. Welcome to you, CBI officer.
786 jobs.
We've got folks from around the world. We've had check-ins from England and Scotland and Australia, New Zealand.
American 430, Echo Kilo, hold short, runway 35 left.
Ground point 85 on the other side, airshow 5777.
There's that Louisville-bound Trijet as we await the emergence. What's going on there?
Right base 35 right.
Flight 72, now runway 35 right, clear it out.
What's this? This looks like a go-round. It's going right over the top of us here.